G'day everyone, Jason Nunn, Fisherman's Warehouse, Tuckerwell, Marks Point. This Friday's fishing report, and it stopped raining. This was perfect, and as you can see behind me here we're at Valentine and the water is just glassed off. So plenty of opportunities this afternoon to do a bit of fishing, and of course this weekend not looking too bad. A little bit of a northerly tomorrow, but it's not going to get up to any great heights, and northwest on Sunday, even into Monday. So the little window of opportunity is now falling on the weekends when we really need it. Offshore, it's still very warm on the shelf, and there's still quite a bit of current coming down the coast. But this week there's been some tremendous reports offshore of trag, and over the last few weeks they've been sort of building. Of course, this Monday night is the full moon, and we've got some very big tides happening over the next 4 to 5 days. Of course, tomorrow morning high tide 6:30 and around about a 12:30 low, but on Tuesday night at 9 o'clock we've got a 2.1 metre high tide. So we've got a very big tide exchange. You've got about 1.5 metres of water flowing from the in to the out. So there's a lot of push through the channel as well, and that'll help that situation. I think that if you're going to get into the estuary, look, there's some nice tailor getting caught down around Pulver Island, but there's a real variant in size. Some fish 30, 35s, others up to 45s, but there will be some better fish. And I do think that up this top part of the lake as well, up this northern end, there's some better fish. There's a lot of fish around that 50. You've just got to look on the sounders and start trolling them up. The key is, of course, with the full moon rising, there will be quite a few mulloway around. And this week we've had some other good reports of fish up around that metre, or one of them was a little bit better than a metre getting caught, and still some very nice flathead. Around the islands and on those Swansea flats areas, particularly even Green Point along the edge there on those mussel beds, there's a lot of very big brim around, and the best brim I heard this week, 47 centimetres by Gary Hill. That's a cracking fish at 47. These fish are travelling fish at the moment, so there's a lot of condition to them, and they're moving in and out of the channel into the close reaches of basically the lake. And with these big tidal exchanges, I reckon there's a really good opportunity to have a fish. And the beauty of it is with the moon, it doesn't put too much phosphorus in the water, so that run-in tide doesn't affect anything when you get that burn through the water. Of course, it's just looking very good this weekend. Beaches, we had an opportunity to get up to the beach on Monday. The swell was about 1.5 metres. It was quite tough. I got a couple of beautiful tailor, lost one, and a salmon. And these tailor and salmon are basically biting just on dark. And again, that a benefit of the full moon on Monday night with that beautiful high tide, I think it's going to be quite special along our beaches. You'll need to be a little bit careful around the ocean rocks because of these very big afternoon tides. But again, quite a few luderick and a few drummer turning up, and I've had a few reports of trevally, and of course those brimmer along our coastal strips. That offshore situation has a lot of appeal there this weekend. I reckon trag, flathead of course, but in that redhead area a lot of brim and tarwine getting caught. And the trag are a real variant. Some fish, you know, the trag's got to be 38 centimetres nowadays to be legal, but they're mainly around about 45 to 55 centimetres. If you want to get out a little bit wider, of course, get down to the Texas. There's quite a few kings getting caught, longfin perch, and of course quite a few snapper. Look, I think this little bit of a sprinkle that we've got is going to blow itself through. The weekend weather-wise looks absolutely fantastic. There's no excuses this weekend. Let's get out there and let's have a crack. I'll talk to you next Friday.